Are you concerned with greenhouse gas emissions buildup in our environment? Because I know I am. Nuclear energy is a perfect solution to this issue. Nuclear power, though, has always been controversial when discussing energy sources for future generations. The key to nuclear energy is that it cuts back on greenhouse gas emissions, which are becoming a growing environmental problem worldwide. While there are many benefits to nuclear energy, there are also many uncertainties. A few issues brought up with the use of nuclear energy is its cost, its safety, and nuclear waste. Although there may be some disadvantages and risks involved, these issues are constantly being dealt with. With the help of new technology, solutions have been and are being found. There may be a few uncertainties with nuclear energy, but there are also many benefits. Nuclear energy's benefits outweigh the uncertainties that come along with its risks. One common issue that arises with the use of nuclear energy is its safety. These concerns are due to accidents that have occurred in the past. For example, the Chernobyl accident in Ukraine in 1986. This accident was due to a flaw in the reactor design, and around 30 people died within weeks of the accident. The accident, like the one in Ukraine, is the reason people tend to raise questions as to whether nuclear energy is a safe source of energy. The occurrence rate, though, of nuclear energy disasters is very low, as Chernobyl was the last major accident, and this occurred in 1986, which is around 30 years ago. There are many safer designs of nuclear power reactors that are being designed constantly in order to decrease the risk of any major accidents occurring again, like the one in Ukraine. Radiation is another main safety concern. Are workers in nuclear power plants safe from radiation? Yes, they are. Many precautions are taken to help, or to keep them safe, actually. The dust in the uranium mine is the most dangerous factor to a worker's health, and this is minimized to minimize the risk of any danger. Workers are limited time they could spend exposed to radiation as well. And most importantly, the radiation level they are exposed to is extremely low, and it would be uncommon that workers come close to the limit of radiation that they should be exposed to. There's actually no evidence so far that indicates radiation workers have a higher risk of cancer than people of similar ages in Western countries. So yes, radiation could potentially be dangerous for workers, but when the precautions or proper precautions are taken, it's a safe source of energy. A second common issue that is brought up with nuclear power is its cost. It is argued that nuclear energy's cost is way too expensive for not enough impact on the environment. Yes, nuclear energy costs are expensive, but compared to coals and gases, but it seems that the cheaper the energy source, the worse impact it has on the environment. The issue of cost with nuclear energy is its capital cost. Capital costs are the costs involved with manufacturing and construction of a nuclear energy reactor. Although these costs are high, it takes a while to build a nuclear power reactor, and with this time provides discounts and reduces future costs. But although nuclear energy power plants are expensive to build, they are extremely cheap to run. Compared to coals and gases, it's extremely cheap. It's a major advantage for nuclear power. We all know the major benefit of nuclear power is its effect on the environment. The process of creating nuclear energy, in fact, does not contribute to CO2 buildup at all. Although nuclear energy does not contribute to greenhouse gases, some people argue that nuclear waste is an environmental issue, and they also argue that it's an unsolved problem. This, though, is not true. Nuclear waste is not an environmental problem because all of the wastes from nuclear power plants are contained and managed, therefore none of them are actually pollution. There are waste disposal methods for every level of nuclear power wastes. If greenhouse gas emissions are a major concern for our future, then nuclear energy can be part of the solution. There are currently around 50 countries using nuclear energy and more than 430 operating reactors. There these are some of the environmental benefits that nuclear energy that outweigh the risks that come along with it. Without the use of nuclear energy, the world would have to continue to rely on fossil fuels to meet the demand of electricity for our growing population. This has a huge impact on the greenhouse gas emissions, and it causes significant environmental issue. Although there will always be uncertainties about nuclear energy, there will always be uncertainties about any other kind of energy source. If the concern has nothing to do with our environment and the concern is on cost and efficiency of the energy source, then by all means the world should continue to rely on fossil fuels and environmental destroying energy sources. But if the concern is on the well-being of our future generations, and then the reliance on nuclear power and other environmental friendly energy sources needs to be trusted and taken into serious consideration.